8 easiest languages to learn in the world. As the world is becoming more globalized and multicultural with every second, getting by with one language only isn't enough anymore. Language learning is useful for expanding your knowledge, improving your communication skills, and effectively boosting your career opportunities. Have you heard stories of language learning of learners who manage to become proficient in just a matter of months? Well, there's a reason behind this. Because when it comes to language learning, most of people prefer to choose the languages that are easier to learn. 8 easiest languages to learn in the world. Do you want to know the easiest languages to learn in the world to make a better start? Let's have a look at the 8 of the easiest languages mentioned below in this regard. 1. Spanish. There are above 330 million native Spanish speakers all around the world. Surprisingly, many more people are learning this language thanks to this language's ease in everything from grammar consistency to orthography. Words in the Spanish language are written as these are pronounced. Once you will learn the words that are pretty similar to the English words in sound, but are different in actuality, you are on your way to tackle this one of the most popular foreign languages. Fortunately, Spanish is a worthwhile language because approx. 40% of employers consider this to be beneficial in the global economy. 2. French. French is one of the major languages spoken in various countries, including Belgium. This language is being spoken by approx. 76 million people in multiple parts of the world. French is a language derived from Latin largely. This language is overlapping with English more than any other Romance language. In fact, French has been credited for being influenced by a complete third of English worth approx. 8,000 words to be exact. However, many verb forms, pronunciation, and gendered nouns can be a little hurdle for learners. However, overall, this language is one of the easiest languages to learn because of its plethora of known words. Conversational French is open for anyone who wants to learn this language. However, mastery of this language will take some time. 3. Mandarin Chinese. It can be the first time you see a Chinese language on the list of easiest languages in the world, for a good reason. When it comes to learn Mandarin, unlike a Cantonese class, you would get to know that each word in Mandarin Chinese has one meaning only. Children learn Chinese these days to get a know-how of it. Structurally speaking, Mandarin also follows the same subject, verb, and object order of words. It is common to most of the larger languages of the world. So, whenever it is about to learn Mandarin, children learn Chinese without being stuck into a new tricky syntax. 4. Italian. Italian is another easiest language to learn in the world. Even though this language isn't spoken widely, just like Spanish or French, it still contains 63 million speakers. However, the Latin roots of this language make it easier to recognize, particularly for English speakers. However, Italian is more often praised for its readability. Learning this flowing and rhythmic language isn't that difficult for speakers, especially when you have mastered some of its key phonemes. Are you looking for another reason to learn Italian? Well, the best part of learning Italian is its possibility to learn with food items. Italian cuisines have become a staple in various countries worldwide. This is bringing multiple Italian words to our regular languages. Even more, exploring local cuisines can offer you a delectable opportunity to hone this craft. 5. Swedish. Have you ever watched the Muppets? If yes, then you already knew the fact that Swedish is popular for its amazingly pleasing musicality. This language is sharing numerous words, conjugation rules, and syntax with English. Learning a few extra vowels with unique Scandinavian is easier than you think. Another amazing benefit of learning Swedish is exposure because various popular items are named in Swedish, including Stockholm rugs and varnish. 6. Dutch. Dutch is a Germanic language that is spoken by a majority of Netherlands citizens. Also, a larger portion of the population from Belgium also speaks Dutch. Amazingly, it is the third most commonly spoken Germanic language after English and German. This is the most straightforward language to learn because of shared vocabulary. Generally, Dutch sounds like a combination of English and German. A unique characteristic of Dutch is that many of its words are used to spell the same as they are in English, but these are often pronounced differently, so it's better to use caution. However, if you can stay vigilant, Dutch is still an effective language for you to learn. Point 7. Romanian. Well, many of the people around the world assume that this Romantic language is derived from Slavic influences primarily. However, proximity of Romanian to Latin lets it earn a place on this list. Well, Latin roots embrace about 80% of the Romanian vocabulary. Most amazingly, this language's grammatical structure also comes naturally to the people who know English before. 8. Indonesian. You might be very surprised at this point, however, the Indonesian language comes up with multiple qualities. Indonesian is being spoken by more than 23 million people all around the world. More amazingly, it is one of the few Asian languages that use Latin characters. Commonly, Asian languages are difficult to learn, particularly for English speakers because of their different writing systems, but Indonesian is without exception. Final thoughts. If you don't have any plans to learn more languages, you are missing on something really important. You should think again and change your mind. Most of us know about the numerous benefits of language learning. However, when it comes to choose the language to start learning, then the process may become a bit overwhelming for you. Well, it is always better to start from the easiest. If you don't want to make your language learning process hard, you must know the easiest languages to learn in the world.